The Nuggets, I don't want to say they were hard, but I vacillated between three guys. I don't know if we should be picking rookies in this. Otherwise, I would pick Bones Hyland. But I think people are starting to see like, oh, this rookie class is so deep, and he's one of the huge reasons why Denver might have gotten another steal. He is a caps lock shooter, and he is going to annihilate defenses off the dribble for years to come. He already has like a nice catch and shoot touch. I've been very impressed with some of the passes he's thrown. I think he's going to be like an A minus finisher when he's at his peak, just based off like the way that he angles his body and how he's able to maneuver through traffic a lot of the time. But I didn't pick him, even though I just went on a Bones Hyland tangent. Also, Busy Bones, just one of the best nicknames in the league right now. I was between Jeff Green and Zeke Nnaji. I settled on Zeke Nnaji, but shout out to Jeff Green, who's just settled into like this 4-5 role, kind of stretches the floor on medium volume, but gives you a lot of switchability and some like reliable IQ on defense, even if he has to go up against certain bigs at points. He's from where he was, like when you go back and look at how it seems like he was overrated, then his career's on the line because he had the heart issue. Then he's sort of just all around the NBA. You would trade a first round pick for him only for him to do nothing. And there was normally Doc Rivers on the receiving ends of those first round pick trades. So, and then to see what he's been now, like transitioning into this really valuable front court role player, shout out to him. I think it's Zeke Nnaji though, just his ability to stroke it from three. I think the biggest hole in his, and he has some like, I don't want to call it a floor game, but there's like some oomph to him when you get him going inside the arc, and he can be sneaky on certain putbacks. Defensively, I think what's tough is he probably could stand to just be more physical, and he's like sort of center size, but sort of not. And the Nuggets don't necessarily use him as their big. If you put him on a different team, though, I have no doubt that there are teams in the league that would start him at the 5 because he would be their best big man on the roster, or at least the best equipped to do that. And so to have somebody who's just that mobile on the offensive end while also being able to hit those threes and stretch the floor. I know Denver's bench was sort of a point of contention for a lot of this season. And I believe Najee's been banged up right now. They've had so many injuries on the roster this year, but yeah, he's day to day with an ankle injury. He's just been really good for them. And again, there's the shooting at that position, but it's also just the ability to be a 4 when you look like you might be a 5, and then just his movement away from the ball on offense, I think is highly underrated outside of Denver, obviously, because speaking with people there, I think it's clear that that team values him.
For sure. I think that's a great pick. The only other one well, there are a couple I consider. I think Aaron Gordon, every time we're looking up defensive versatility, he's always way up there. And I think that's a factor, but Monte Morris,
like a net negative on offense for the past however many weeks it's been, I probably would have considered him a little bit more.
Perhaps, yeah. I always, I was thinking about Aaron Gordon today as I was preparing for this, and do you get like weird like post athletic ability Blake Griffin vibes from him, where he's kind of just like he's almost like predetermining his moves on the ball, and it just feels like, I don't know, feels very mechanical, which is weird because he's like a dunk contest winning caliber athlete, but I don't know, that I've always thought it was stupid. No, I just wanted to mention Morris.
Like remove that image from my brain. Next time I'm going to watch Aaron Gordon, I'm going to be thinking about this when he's on the ball. I hope that's not what he's become on offense.
No,
I really want to see. That is one of the more recent, like bigger what ifs. If Jamal Murray just never gets injured last season, Denver has a case as like the foremost title favorite. And I just feel like not having Porter or Murray has shoehorned him at points into this offensive role that he was never suited for. We knew it in Orlando, and he wasn't supposed to play it in Denver, but it's kind of been thrust upon him in smaller doses, but it's still an issue.
Yeah, he's a perfect 4th option, right? Like that's where it's like he can do stuff on offense if you absolutely need him to, and it's against a defense that is not loaded to him. Then he does stuff in transition. That all works. But just before we go to the Warriors, Monte Morris, like, you know, he's starting this year just by necessity. His minutes are up, his shots are up, but his efficiency is also up. So, and that's always such a tough thing to do. It's minor stuff. He's only averaging 13 a game, but he never turns it over. He's not asked, well, partly because he's not asked to do a lot of point guard things because they have Jokic, but just a quick nod to him.
Still doing more of those this year than he has in years past. He's also, true or false, Monte Morris has never missed a long mid-range shot.
I'm going to say true. I've never seen it.
Yeah, me too.